What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, silver breakdown, 20-hour grind. And today we are taking a look at Gahaz. So first things first, if you're not familiar with where that location is, if you've played the game for any amount of time, I'm sure you're very familiar with it, as this is a very popular spot to grind earlier on. But if you're not, let me show you where that is. So if you got Velia here, then off to the side we got Medea, and then moving into Valencia areas, just past Altanova, up this little path sideways here, beyond where you turn in your Shakatu seals, at Shakatu, where we're currently at. This is your Gahaz Bandit zone right here. So the node for this in most areas is this Gahaz Bandit layer right here. So if you do want to increase the node for it, that's the one you want to have invested. I did have level 10 node while doing this. I've since removed the contribution, working on another video for grinding since then. Let me go ahead and pull up the item drops. Let's look at what can drop here, and then there is a little bit of a note to go with that as well. Gahaz Bandit layer. So you're going to get Rosar weapons. If you're familiar with Kadri, you've seen the Kadri video coverage. These Rosar weapons drop at enhanced levels pretty often, which is going to net you a lot of black stones, which is a decent amount of money that you're going to get here in general. Since they do drop by themselves, they kind of sell here and there. You can also melt them. It's going to take up a lot of inventory space, and if you're trying to maintain all of them, you either need to have a lot of maids active, and your storage maids are going to link up to Valencia from standing there, or you know, just in between running back and forth, which is going to kind of kill your back and forth. So maybe just melt them. I honestly trashed them at some point after melting them. It was just taking too long, and I want to kind of just get through the 20 hours. Serap's necklace does drop here, but it only drops from the elites. And the rotation I'm going to show you, I was grinding. I wasn't doing an elite rotation for this one. This was just a straightforward 20 hours grinding in a specific area. Aside from that, we do have, of course, blackstones and scrolls, since it's Valencia, a Sula a weekend accessory, which is just another extra 100k that you're going to pick up from there from time to time. You got Yona fragments, Kaffir stones do drop, spirit stones drop as well. These bad boys here, Black Spirit Claw Piece, have a few different uses between Black Star enhancing, entrance to Kertuga, Akhman, entry portals, that sort of thing. They do sell pretty well. They don't drop crazy high amount of times, which you will soon see. And recently the black magic crystals have been at max price for this, which definitely helps out your money per hour quite a bit there. So those are the drops that you're going to be seeing here. Again, you won't see any Seraps. I actually did put it in the chart, which you'll see in a little bit when we pull that up, but it doesn't actually drop anything. So let me just go ahead and show you the rotation that I was using while doing this. And while we're heading down there, just to note, I didn't use my main DK for this, since the zone itself is rated 140 AP recommendation. So it's definitely something you can do on much lower, you know, 160 AP, as long as you can one-shot the packs, which doesn't take very much AP at all. So I did this with my Guardian when I was trying to grind up some SP for my ult in general. Then since then, I put on with that Oasis event gear that's on, I'm wearing just the Oasis stuff from there, and then I saw my Tet Dragon Slayer that I was enhancing with before. So we're looking at 223 Awakening AP with that's actually a Tri-Nuver, not a Kudum. From there, obviously you don't need anything close to that in order to be able to do this spot. Just check whenever your class is able to move around in one-shot packs pretty frequently. I did bring my horse up to a little bit of a safe spot on this corner up here, just so that I could run back and forth to dump off my excess trash loot, so that I wasn't taking time out of going anywhere, since this is right about where I was grinding. So you can just come up on this ledge, make sure mobs didn't follow you over to your horse, and if they did, kill them. And it shouldn't aggro anything, just chilling right there once you've killed the ones you aggroed on the way here anyways. Yeah. Okay, so okay, I think yeah, there we go. Stuck on the ledge there, wasn't quite hitting him. Okay, so here's our rotation that we were using for this area. I would just kind of work my way through this cliff, up and then back down. I was killing them pretty quickly, obviously, since it's one shot, and there's actually, but between using forward F and your dashes and things, you can get around pretty quickly with your Guardian. Let's get some pets out in case we get lucky here. And anyways, just kind of working my way up here. I'll run through it real fast so you don't have to watch a full rotation. Kill these dudes, make a circle around, down those packs, these guys, around here. I had to make it actually pretty long. The packs are, as you can see, fairly close together, so it's not like huge gaps, which is nice. It's just that since everything is very quickly one-shotted, you know, you're moving around pretty fast. From here, I would dash over as quick as I could, because this is probably the only spot where I really had a gap in anything. And then I'd get back around to here and just work around this left-hand side to kind of make a full circle from here. I didn't like jumping from like this side over to this side, so I could maintain that circle, so that the respawns would be up within enough time, and then from there you can just circle back around. In some cases you could over clear this a little bit, and if that's the scenario, you can just go down, keep going, and stay working the left side, leaving the right side alone. So again, you can come back up on the right side, just kind of go down as needed depending on how fast you're clearing, and eventually just circle your way back around, clear this side, coming back up, and you should have mobs respawn from there. So very, very simple. I don't think I ever saw a single other person here once that I can think of. This place used to be really, really, really popular. It's just not anymore because obviously your average gear amount has begun to far surpass this zone, so it's not super handy. But if you're a newer player or just get into it, or even an alt, this place is not too bad. So now that you know the rotation and you see the item drops, a couple things I just want to cover with other numbers for this. I do have full tier 4 pets, and of note, one of those pets is the item drop rate increase dude as well. So I do have a 4% bonus off of that one. Did have, like I mentioned before, a level 10 node invested. Didn't use any loot scrolls, as I never do for these unless it's noted in the title, and my drop rate from ecology bonus is also 10%. So keep those in mind. Pets are going to be a huge impact to your money per hour in this zone, and that's really because you have a large number of packs and just mobs in general you're clearing over and over. It's not a high density. Actually, it's kind of both high density and the number of mobs that you're killing is actually really high as well. So you're going to have a huge influence from your pets. If you have tier 1 pets across the board, don't expect to have similar numbers to what we're going to pull up. So let me give you the grind tables pulled up here. Let's zoom in a little bit so it's a little bigger for you. And let's take a look at what kind of drops we were looking at. So we've got across our 20 hours here, Rosars, we're averaging about 35 per hour. We got right about 10 scrolls per hour, which was actually a little lower than I was thinking. It was kind of swingy, but I mean, RNG is RNG. 5, ish here, and then up to as many as 15 at one point, which without a scroll, that's pretty awesome, but it wasn't as consistent. So about 10. Crystal, I only saw 3 of them throughout the 20 hours. Not a crazy drop. Worth the money for sure at max price 6 mil right now. I don't know that they'll stay that way forever. Saw almost 1 Caphras per hour drop rate, and about double that for our dust, around 2 per hour. Nothing's to write home about in that regard. About 20 Blackstones per hour, nothing like Kadri, and a lot of this was driven from what enhanced Rosar weapons we got that dropped, and then just extracting those for Blackstones. My average trash on this was 5520. On that, I don't think it quite cracked 6,000, but I was close a few times. If you were really locked in doing it and had the right pets, you could probably do into the 6,000s and then some. Petal, as we always see, this was actually came out a little bit higher, 0.6. Usually see almost exactly 1 every 2 hours, so 0.5 is your normal numbers for there. Did log the traces, 12 per hour for that. Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total claws across the 20 hours. Again, not a crazy drop rate. It was actually a little bit higher than the BMC for me, which was kind of interesting. You'd think they'd be the other way since this is worth about 3 times what that BMC is going for. Yona, we saw about 1 per hour, which is pretty normal in Valencia zones. And then the Seraps, obviously, we didn't get any since they only drop off of the elites there. So we had a peak hour of 73 mil was our peak hour, and this was 3 Yona fragments and a claw drop. Obviously, alongside a crystal is just going to take all your high-end drops and just note it up there, and also happen to do 5,900 trash, slightly more than our average was across the board. And then I believe our worst was just the first hours. We were trying to figure things out. Obviously, the trash is going to be lower. The drops were going to be not as good. Did 35 there. There was another 38 and a 39.99 later on. So overall, across 20 hours, we ended up with an average of right at 50 mil, just a hair over that, which is pretty darn good considering the requirements for this spot are really, really low to be able to grind it. It's a decent spot for skill points, not quite as good as Poly's Force. It's awesome for XP with Marnie Stones here if you're trying to do that. Not that I track the XP, but the point being, if you're in those zones where you're still trying to level those things, this is a really decent way to make money. And you could totally grind here if you're maybe sick of staring at Poly's Forest for too long, or maybe there's an event going on and Poly's is just super competitive. So you can always head over to Gahaz for a little break from that. And also getting some scroll drops isn't the worst thing in the world. So that is it for this one. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos do go live. I am trying to get the 20-hour grind video back to once per week. It's just that grinding high-end zones is much higher money making for me and far more appealing. So the lower ones are kind of a nuisance, but I still want to get the data out there from time to time. I've already started the next one. We've got Nagas coming up since we have an event with the desert debuff removed. Figured I could get my Guardian out there without worrying about a ghillie suit or anything like that and get that one done. I'm a few hours into it already, so that'll be coming up hopefully within the next week or so. And yeah, so look forward to that. That is going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.